Trey Yesavage, the starting pitcher. Well, his first start of this season came in Jupiter, Florida, in front of 327 people. This one's going to come in front of 44,000 here, with an entire country watching him, hoping that they can have their season extended. Game 5 with his 64th home run of the year, and that thing hung in the air for what probably felt like 49 years. Like they've waited 49 years to get to the World Series for the first time. He tied it second time over the first 5 games of this series. He's tied it late with a home run. On a 1-0 from Trey Yesavage. Takes a strike at the top of his zone, and there is that slider.
Yeah, the slider's unique. It doesn't have a lot of turn right to left. That is into a lefty, away from a righty, but it has more vertical top to bottom break.
That is just foul.
So you might say, well, so does his split, but the change of speeds between the two are pretty dramatic, and the drop is way bigger. That was a high split that he doesn't really want. He wants the ball to his knees and breaking down away from a left-handed hitter.
This is only Trey's 5th major league start. Splitter's been the best pitch. 1-2 to Cal is high with a fastball. His first 4 starts, hitters were 2 for 29 against it. Seattle was very patient against the splitter and went 2 for 3 when they did swing. Two and 2 on Cal Raleigh. Yesavage turns and fires and strikes him out with the slider.
Good sign for the slider and for the Toronto Blue Jays, because they're going to need Yesavage to go at least 5 or 6. They short outings are bringing in the bullpens. The bullpens have not been delivering. They need a dominant performance to shorten the gap of the amount of relievers that John Snyder's going to bring into this game.
It's a strike on Josh Naylor, and he goes from being somebody they're excited about to a hero overnight with what he did against the New York Yankees in his postseason debut. Struck out 11, 5 1/3 no-hit innings. With that comes a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations for a 22-year-old who's made 5 starts.
Yeah, he would much rather be pitching up, obviously up 3 games to 2 than down. But basically, you know, when you're in a game like this, you don't have to be told what you need to do. You have to give the manager no reasons to get anybody up, and you make it impossible for him to take you out. Get the leadoff hitter out, get swings and misses.
So far, so good. 4 up, 4 down. Yeah, Randy's 2 for 17 in this series, but has scored 6 times. He's been hit twice. He's had 3 walks. He's scored 6 of the 7 times he's been on base. And when he's got on, he's stolen bases, 4 of those. And an 0-1 from Trey Yesavage takes inside. We were talking with Dan Wilson before the game about the home run reliance of this team. 20 of the 25 runs in this series have come off homers. He pointed to what led to the grand slam. You showed part of it there with the Rosarena. 2 walks as well. And he said, I hope that we see more of that. Hope we see more of the team-oriented grinding at bats and not just rely on the ball to pop over the fence.
Yeah, well, they're going to have their hands full with tonight. If they keep getting to 2 strikes with this guy's wipeout secondary stuff, they're going to have a hard time putting the ball in play. And look, he's already shown that he can throw his slider, which he's done really well early. And then he's shown he can bury his splitter down.
Home with another 1-2 and a swing and a miss. And he's got 4 strikeouts, or 3 strikeouts over the first 5 hitters.
It's just a high delivery, high release point, and just hard for the hitter to trust that that's not going to be a fastball. The change of speed is why you see such swing and miss, because they're trying to time his fastball, which is hard enough.
Eugenio Suarez, and Seattle needed somebody, John, to step up for him. Man. And this was not a guy that I don't think either of us saw coming.
No, he was struggling at the plate, and he didn't miss 2 pitches that he got. The one thing you could say about him, obviously everybody loves him, and he's such a great teammate. And you would never know if he was 0 for 20, 0 for 30, or 10 for 10 because the way he goes about the game. So he's looking for a pitch middle in to drive, and he put on a show in batting practice today.
On 1-1 from Yesavage, takes a strike on a slider. 2 home runs in Game 5, including the grand slam. Seattle's always had the double. Edgar Martinez to send them to the championship series in '95. Now they have the slam from Suarez, who waits on this 1-2 and takes ball 2.
See, what would be real dirty on a hitter right here is if he throws a splitter over the middle of the plate, because the slider has that tilt a little bit. The splitter has to go straight down.
There's a splitter.
Yeah, just didn't have that tilt downward. That would have been hard for Suarez to stay off of it. He swung at it. The Seattle Mariners have swung at more splitters today than they did the entire game in Game 1. So they're definitely aggressive and looking for the ball over the middle of the plate.
Yesavage trying to strike out the side, and he does! Naylor flailing. Rosarena, a wave and a miss, and then a fastball to the knees to ring up Suarez. Canzone here takes a strike on the outside corner. His post-game press conference, he was emotional after hitting that grand slam. Is the 329th home run of his career, but by far the biggest one. And he said, "This game is so beautiful." 50. 0-2.
Now you see how easy that is? Now what he's got to get a little bit better at, he's worked about 4 different at-bats into a position where the hitter now has a neutral count. You get one pitch at 0-2 and then just put him away. See, and that's what's happened. He's made non-competitive pitches, and this is natural because you don't want to make a mistake with 0-2. But then that 0-2 turns into 2-2, which turns into 3-2. That's what you don't want against the Seattle Mariners. You want as limited opportunities for them to see the pitches per at bat when you have 2 strikes on the hitter.
Looking for that put away pitch to Canzone. A 1-2, and he made a good one right there. Went from uncompetitive to unhittable.
I know why they've got to do it, but you're almost doing him a favor by putting that many left-handers in the lineup, because that pitch comes from an angle that is so unique and he has such command of it. That left-handed hitter really doesn't get a chance to have a fair at bat. The right-hander possibly has a better chance to hit him.
So careful going to the well too many times if you're Trey Yesavage. Bases loaded in a 2-0 game. See what he goes with first pitch. It is grounded to first. Vlad will go to second for 1. To recover, and Yesavage too. A 3-6-1 twin killing. And the 22-year-old gets Cal Raleigh on 1 pitch to get out of this inning unscathed. Strike 1 on Crawford.
Well, the one thing Crawford has done, especially here, hit a lot of ground balls to the right side, specifically to the second baseman. If he does that again, he's going to have to run hard to beat a double play.
Crawford takes strike 2. To second on a short hop. 4-6-3. Double play again. There it was. He pulled it to the right side. And for the second consecutive inning, the Mariners come away empty-handed. Now the 9-hitter Rivas, who just missed a home run his last time, takes a fastball at the top of the zone. Rivas not big. He's 5'8", 160 pounds, but there is pop in there. 28-year-old who spent almost a decade in the minors before getting his shot with Seattle. And 0-1 from Yesavage. Fouls it off, and it's quickly 0-2. Back-to-back fastballs.
That's better. I mean, the velocity's down a little bit, but it's okay. Attack the hitter, and then when you got him in a 2-strike situation, then if you want to put him away with a split, you can do that. especially at this part of the lineup.
Strikeout number 6 for Trey Yesavage.
That was just perfectly executed. I think we're so geared towards pitching away from contact ever that you start throwing extra pitches that you don't need to be throwing, although be it in a very pressure situation.
And he has rode that splitter to this bounce back game. Seattle's 0 for 8, 4 strikeouts on that pitch. That's sent off to short. 6, 4, 3 consecutive twin killings. Trey Yesavage using 3 consecutive inning-ending double plays to preserve a shutout. He's back out there for the 6th against the guy that hit into the first of those double plays in Raleigh.
Well, this is really big for John Schneider. If he could have got 6 innings out of this youngster and no runs, he would do backflips. And he's 3 outs away from that happening. He's got the bullpen ready just in case.
Yesavage quite a bounce back game. Dominated the Yankees. Struggled against the Mariners in game 2. Right back on his feet though. Said he was talking to Kevin Gosman. 13 years in the major leagues, 34 years old. He said, "What's the furthest you've made it?" Kevin said, "This right here, my whole career." And he said, "Wow, I feel so blessed to be pitching in this spot. I realize this isn't guaranteed." He's so excited to try to make the most of it. Riley spoils it.
Kirk's done a nice job with the youngster. The pitch before, he was really encouraging him to get it up. And then there he was really pointing down, extension down to get it down. So he knows what this is, how big this inning is. He's just trying to get him through this great hitter. Reinforcements, I know they get to hear it in their ear with the pitch comm, but you know, catchers can give your pitcher a lot of confidence by their mannerisms behind the plate.
Kirk, the unofficial captain of this Jays team, got them back there. It is 7th strikeout of the night. Trey Yesavage, though, punched in game 2. Quite a response.
Great response.
Calm, collected. 22? No way.